Let's do the revenue review. Once a week, we're going to take a look. Look at this. I bought that. We're going to take a look at what the sales were over the week. So auction house sales, we're going to stop in and take a look at my other bank alts that are doing all the Dragonflight gear and all the Dragonflight sales. Pretty bonkers. So a little bit of honesty and transparency is I collected my Azurweave bolts already once this week, and I had 450,000 earlier this week. So it was almost all bolts. There were a couple of flying machines in there for 13,000. I don't know why that market is popping off, but turbo flying machines has been popping off lately on my server. What are you gonna do? I'll take the sales when I get them. That's why I post them on the auction house, right? So most of this is Azurweave bolts. 340k in Azurweave bolts. It's pretty slick. We got about 73k in Awakened Fires. Transmute fires instead of air, because air is cheaper than fire. So if you transmute into fires, you make a little bit more gold. And, you know, those transmute markets are changing all the time. So this week was a fire week. I get that gold. Anyways, here we are. 520k Azurweave bolts and a couple of mounts in here. Got a rocket spinner in there. Army knives. Yeah, sure. Costs like 5 gold to make those, so whatever they sell for, I'm happy with. I'm taking the gold. We're moving on to the next character. See that? There it is. Tomes of Illusions. Those Tomes of Illusions have been selling. Listen, they just are. Sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't sell. But if you don't have them crafted and posted on the auction house, they definitely won't sell. So this auctioneer dude, whatever you want to call him, I was calling them auction house bots, but I feel like that's a bad term for them because they're not bots. I manually control these things. Anyways, this guy posts up all the engineering toys and the engineering stuff from before Dragonflight, and he posts up the Tomes of Illusions. And in the last week, the Tomes of Illusions have gone absolutely insane and made me a bunch of money. 62,000 gold. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. 62,000 gold in Tomes of Illusions. Secrets of Shandopan selling for 12,000 gold? Get at me, bro. I'll take that. Look, making sales. We'll go to the next guy. And I'm just going to go directly to the other account. So on my main account, I'm selling the mounts and the Azurweave bolts and the Awakens. And on this alt account, all I'm selling are the blue set, the profession gears, the PvP green sets, or all of them, for blacksmithing, jewel crafting, tailoring, leatherworking. I got a character set up to do each one of them. This character is set up for leatherworking. Leatherworking is unique because it has both of your mail set and your leather set. So you need a lot of room on the leatherworking character. Look, that's 2 sets of PvP and that's 2 sets of blues. It's a lot. So it's a lot of gold too. So the way that I was measuring this before is that I was taking a look at all 3 characters. Look at that. Weekend sales are no joke. The weekend sales are no joke. So this is 1 week's worth of sales on this entire account. So overall, I went from 300k to just under $1 million. I'm going to say $1 million. I'm going to round up. I'm going to do the executive decision and round that sucker up. And so 300k to $1 million, so profit of 700k. I'll take it. All day long, I'll take it. So that is 3 characters, right? So if we deselect all these guys... Oh no. Let's just take a look at one at a time. Jewel crafting / tailoring. Pretty slow. Pretty slow because it's just slow. The price of tailoring is very cheap, so your profits are very slow. Very slow. That guy is not very impressive. Clamp Seeker is the blacksmith. Clamp Seeker is more impressive, right? Started out with 200k, ending the week with 434. I like it. I like it. So 230 for the blacksmith. So that's plate gear, profession tools, and the PvP gear. That's it. These 3 characters, all they're doing is pumping in the gear, recrafting it, and posting it. That's all they're doing. It's really not hard. What's difficult is setting up the TSM groups. That does take some time. Luckily, I got some videos on that. Oh, God, where are my other ones? Skin Seeker is my other one. There it is. Skin Seeker's the leatherworking guy. Look, it's nothing but gains, right? This guy started out with 70,000 gold. So you could start your leatherworking with 70,000 gold. Keep in mind, all 3 of these crafting characters, so tailoring twice, because I had to level on 2 tunes, tailoring, leatherworking, jewel crafting, blacksmith, all of it cost 140k to get leveled. And then I sold a bunch of blues and I spent another 140k on the crimson set. The crimson set is not expensive to buy the patterns, but the materials that you need to pump into the patterns gets expensive. So obviously it was a good investment starting out with 70k, ending the week with, hey, 134. Crazy. Is that right? 434? Dude, wild. What are the odds that both of my main crafters, the blacksmith and this leatherworker, are neck and neck? So my thought process with this was to just do this experiment with this character, this account, and do it for like a month. And then I realized I want that rocket mount. I want that X51 rocket mount. So I'm going to keep crafting these items until I get enough gold for that. And that thing costs usually about 2.5 million. How long is it going to take? Not very long. I thought it was going to take longer. I thought it was going to take a few months to gain 2.5 million gold, but I mean, I'm tracking to get there by the end of the month. So is it worth it? Yeah. It's worth it. And I do recommend having that one character for each one of the crafting professions because your inventory will fill up with items. You want to set up a TSM group that captures everything because the market constantly resets in those items. And as it resets, yeah, today that item is selling for 225. Tomorrow it could be selling for like 500. It resets to a point where it's not profitable. And then it resets to some ridiculous number of like 2,000 gold per piece of gear. So then it's like overly profitable. And if you have the entire crafting tree basically built out into your TSM, it's real easy to just do this. Watch. Restock for Skin Seeker. And I can craft those items, put them up on the auction house. Hey, this is how I made, what was it? 900,000 gold in 1 week on the second account. So I made 950 in Azerweave bolts, and on this second account I made, what is it, 3 to a million, so 750, sorry 750. If you want to make 750, all you gotta do is craft blues and greens and you know, profit gear for Dragonflight. Or you can make 950 on tailoring, or you could make a whole different revenue stream on garrisons. I mean, there's so much money to be made out there, and it's in a good spot. They murdered our old world mounts, but they gave us these new streams, so I'm not going to be mad at that. We're sitting at 1.65 million for the week. Let's go.